That echoed. And we are live. Yeah, buddy. At 12 p.m. exactly. Just outside of Toronto time. It's good to see everybody. Even though I'm just seeing myself. But hello, hello, hello. We'll give you guys a minute to come on in. I am up at the lake. I was actually wanting to do this video from the back, but the neighbors have small kids and they're having a big party and they're doing boat rides and music and all sorts of things back there. So I was like, let's let them have their fun and we'll do our thing over here. So I moved out to the front because I brought a bunch of perfumes with me that I want to talk about. But I think I should wait for some more people to come in before I start going off, because it is a Saturday and it is a random stream. I don't usually stream Saturdays or the weekends, but it's good when I do. What's happening, Dan? Good to see Dan, the #1 crown. We got Omar, #2. Oh, I see how this is working. What's happening, guys? Good to see you guys. Saturday afternoon. Let us know what you guys are wearing. Dushan says, time for some Virgin Island water. Yeah, and I put together a bunch of perfumes just heading up here. I'm like, what should I take up to the cottage? What should I wear? And I started looking at things that I've been wearing this summer, and I've been wearing a lot of coconut. And it hasn't been planned. It's just like where I'm kind of going, you know, where my mind goes. I'm searching for kind of some kind of comfort and maybe some fruitiness, but I find coconut very refreshing for summer. Good to see everybody. Guys, let us know what you're wearing. Say hello. Let us know what you're wearing. Please say hello if you're coming in. Time for Virgin Island water. What's happening, Dushan? That's one I don't own. Jared, Moose, Rizzard, all of you guys. Lord, you're a star, Lord. A Lily craving coconuts today. No way. What about them are you craving? The milkiness or the bitterness? What do you want, Lils? What are you feeling like? What made you think of coconut fragrances? Well, on my way up here, I was like, I got to bring some fragrances with me. And I just decided coconut's going to be the theme because that's what I've been wearing a lot of. And I've been talking a lot about coconut. Like most recently, you know, I've been talking about this because it's like the perfect summer fragrance, the perfect beachy fragrance. If you're going to the beach, this is what the beach smells like. So I love the beach, and this is exactly that. Terracotta. It's just a fun sun fragrance. What's happening, Boz? Boz has another interesting shirt. What makes a shirt interesting, Boz? Good to see Often Licked and Neroli Vetiver. Such a chill guy in his summer shirts. You know, in my last stream, I was up at the lake, and I was wearing some sort of rock concert tee. I had my hat on backwards. I was puffing on, I was just puffing on my herb, and somebody came in and said, "Look at this guy in a midlife crisis." I was like, midlife crisis? I'm living my best life up here. What the hell? You know what I mean? But I was like, maybe I should put on a shirt. I don't want them to think something. Lily testing, fan your flames. Lily got the #2. What do we call that? Lily's the #2 princess. in her crown. And Jared is in 1957. Yossi says I'm fruity. Do you wear that shirt with white pants? No, I don't wear white pants. April says coconut and tuberose is a match in heaven for summer nights. It is, and I've noticed that most of these are exactly that. They're tuberose and coconut heavy. So I'm imagining that is a perfumer's delight when they're mixing coconut fragrances, is tuberose and sandalwood. So that's another one that goes really well. A lot of these share, the same vibes. They're all really, really creamy and lotiony, fresh. Like this is super lotiony, suntan lotiony, but it's also peachy and fruity, and it's got tiara and frangipani. So I don't know, tiara and frangipani always remind me of the sun, or Hawaii for whatever reason. There's something about those florals that smell sunny. And I guess Hawaii's just probably like one of the most tropical places you can be. So it smells tropical, very tropical, very lotiony, super lotiony and soapy. Big tuberose, white florals, frangipani, you know, probably some lilies. But yeah, nutty, coconutty, milky, just super creamy. And they all kind of, you know, they share that big tuber. So, and fig is another component I find that coconut likes to be paired with. And you know what I don't have? I don't have any rum in coconut. That's what I've noticed. I don't have any rum in coconut. But how about this coconut? This is probably the most bitter. See, and I've talked about this, Philosopos. This is fig and coconut. And this is bitter and green and vegetal and grassy. And this is exactly the vibe I'm getting. It's like sitting under a tree. Whoa, with spiders, big spiders, but yeah, very green, grassy, woody, figgy, airy. Probably some orange blossom in here. But again, like super lotiony and creamy too. Like underneath the layers. This is more dry and herbal and bitter. This is I think this is the most bitter. But also very woody and a bit sawdusty in the base. And the fig is dry, it's not super fruity either. Wear some peach to the beach, yes. The shirt is fun. Terracotta or Lise Solea? Fuck, Dan. I really like Lise Solea too. I have that. Why are we comparing Terracotta and Lise Solea? Lise Solea, does it have, I don't remember it having suntan lotion or fig or coconut or any of those things, but it's a big sawdusty lily. And Lily's saying number 2 just means you're not good enough. Ooh. Second best isn't good enough. I like that attitude. Bathtub Sandwich says good amount of coconut suntan lotion vibes from Celine's Un Et Francais. Oh, and you are absolutely correct. Un Et Francais is the newest one. Is it got coconut? Suntan lotion vibes. Did you get suntan lotion vibes from Saint Germain des Prés? Because I found that very similar to Un Et Francais. But another Seline that I get coconut vibes is the one actually holding on my phone right now. And let me swap something out for it. And it's this one. And I've been talking a lot about this, and it's Cologne Francais. And this is again fig. Fig and coconut. And seaweedy. And sparkling. Neroli. Huge neroli in here. But very fresh. And this is again very tropical and kind of being by the sea. I don't know what it is about coconut. I guess coconut grows on the shore in tropical countries, right? You can oftentimes get a coconut juice or coconut products at the beach. It's just coconut and the beach go, right? I guess coconut is a summer no. But again, super creamy, super lotiony, aromatic, dry, bitter, a bit salty, like salty skin at the beach. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. All of them are. And this has the fig as well. It has the fruity fig. This one's really, really good. Who's tried this one? Not too many people, I imagine. Peach, it's got peach as well. Coconut and peach go really well. Dan says, I gifted Mugler Alien Goddess, which is a sunscreen coconut perfume, to my sister, and she gave it right back to me. No way. Hi, Ricardo. Good to see Ricardo. Where am I? I am in Aurelia. I'm at the lake. Where are you? The boss says, I haven't come across many well-executed coconut scents. What about rum and coconut scents? Does anyone find any rum and coconut scents? I was trying to... I just kind of scanned my collection really quickly. I wasn't taking this too seriously when I left. I wasn't even sure where this was going to turn, but here we are. Lord says, I smoked for the first time in like a year and was smelling all my perfume for an hour. Felt like I could smell in high definition. Absolutely, man. That must have been awesome. When you completely lower your tolerance and, you know, the first hit, you're like, oh my God. God? Is that you? I can feel you. I know the feeling, man. It's the best. Do you like anything from House of Joe Malone? I don't own any Joe Malones. I owned Myrrh and Tonka once for a night, and by morning time it was gone. Juan Herrera says, wearing Carnal Flower has some coconut in it. You're absolutely right, Juan Herrera. And I've got Carnal Flower right here. Another tuberose, but I find this one a little bit more rougher than the other ones. The other ones are, this is probably the roughest one. The other ones are all real, this is less lotiony and more floral. Like this isn't coconut lotion. This isn't suntan lotion really. But it's coconut hinted tuberose. Like creamy, thick, meaty, animalic, spicy tuberose. Tuberose and gardenia and jasmine. And then the coconut just kind of freshens it up. But this is also dry, green, bitter, stemmy, watery, very floral. Probably not as sunny as some of the other ones. Like this one doesn't remind me of the beach or the sun. It's less tropical, but still, you know, a touch. All that stuff is still a bit there, but not as heavy as the other stuff, the tropical stuff. It's more like a florist fridge. Omar says, a nice shirt. Thank you, Omar. That's definitely a green screen. Wow. It's not a green screen, obviously. How can this be a green screen? Omar says, I like Myrrh and Tonka. Floral Note says, I had the most perfectly ripe peach yesterday. I thank God. Did you have peach pie? Where did the peach come from? Jared says, Eden Rock from Dior has a beachy coconut vibe. Yeah, you're probably right. That's another like a vacation kind of tropical getaway sort of thing. Eden Rock. I forgot about that one. It is very beachy. I find it beachy. Has it got fig in it too? Dan says, now you need to smell Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Le Parfum Coconut Balm. I don't remember that one, Dan. I gotta smell that. I'm curious now what it smells like. Dan took coconut tequila shots last night. The boss says, I haven't found any rum and cocoa scents. What about coffee and coconut? I can't really recall any coffee and coconut scents. You know what I do have though? This is rose. So coconut goes really well with sandalwood, and you oftentimes find them paired up. Like sandalwood is very milky and creamy, and so is coconut. Coconut is very milky and lactonic and bitter. So they're two materials that go perfectly well together. And here, this one is not coffee and coconut, but it is cocoa beans. This is cocoa, rose, sandalwood, and this gets quite coconutty on me in that kind of waxy, milky sort of way. So, yeah, maybe a bit, I don't know. I just thought of, when you said coffee, this came to my mind. Because this is rose and cocoa beans, and they're dry and bitter and roasted almost the same way as coffee. Rose and patchouli and amber, and the dry down of this gets super creamy and warm and milky and just that, lotiony. You know, this is really beautiful. Santal majuscule. Who's tried this one? Dan says, should I weed out and give away frags that I never wear, or still keep it just for the collection? Whatever you feel like, man. Whatever makes you happy. Pat Lesser says, hello, Eugene, from Santa de Kyoto, from Comme des Garçons. Also really like the shirt. Thanks, Pat. Good to see you. Glad you're enjoying Kyoto. Thanks for being here. I get scared to wear too much perfume out in the summer because these bugs chase me. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs too, but that doesn't stop me from wearing perfume. I usually go like, so at campfire is the worst for when the bugs come out. That's when the mosquitoes really like to come out. And that's when I like to put on my hoodie. But before I put on my hoodie, I always load up on perfume too. And I know like that'll be, I always feel like mosquitoes are attracted to perfume, so it's not a good idea. But honestly, I never really get bitten. Like, I'm in the same spot with my son, and he'll come out the next morning and he goes, oh, I just got like 60 mosquito bites, and he can literally count 60. I'm like, fuck, I don't have any. I got like 3 maybe. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel lucky that way. But yeah, I know they're attracted to perfume because you can feel them buzzing around. But the bugs, yeah, in the woods are immense. Usually leaving the house with with pocket full of perfume. No. What's happening, Rich? Good to see Mitch, in the house. Let us know what you're wearing. Let us know your favorite coconut perfume, Rich. Hypnotic Poison is a great one, and Lily agrees. Oh, does Hypnotic Poison have coconut? So Hypnotic Poison is almond and vanilla. Almond and vanilla. Coconut. I guess it is creamy and vanillic and lotiony. I don't remember specifically being coconut though. I feel like I should know it better. What do you think of Coconut Fizz? I don't remember Coconut Fizz. Is that the Guerlain? What's happening, Tool? Wearing Portrait of a Lady, Valley. Eating KFC. That's awesome, man. Hi, Janet. Good to see Janet. Is coconut natural? I imagine no. I imagine it's a synthetic in perfume. I don't imagine there's just enough oil to be extracted from it. Coconut is very watery. It's not very oily, is it? Um, yeah. So I've got some sandalwood one. Okay, let's do the sandalwood ones. Where's the other one? Oh, the other one's holding the phone now. Okay, and obviously, this isn't a big coconut one, but this is, still has like a lot of those nuances and stuff. And this is Samsara. And I've also got obviously Bois d'Azil here too, very similar. But I find Bois d'Azil coconutty, but this is also coconutty and lotiony. Probably not good for summer, but I mean, it's got that huge effect. So I had to bring it. I had to have it on the list. I wouldn't recommend this for a summer fragrance just because it's so big and cloying and heavy. It's super floral and ambery. But the base, the sandalwood to this is so creamy and lotiony. Super lotion. It's more lotiony than it is soapy. But this stuff is really gorgeous. It's a bit gingerbready. It's a bit like, I want to eat this. Very floral. Rose, ylang. Ylang and coconut go good together too, I believe. Ylang is the perfect pairing, the perfect floral to pair with coconut. Like tuberose as well. So white florals and coconut go perfect. Gardenia, jasmine, lily, orchid maybe, vanilla notes. Peach should be Mitsuko-ish. Mitsuko doesn't have a coconut, does it? Lily says, yes, Santal Majuscule. Omar says Santal Majuscule is great and soothing. It really is. It's warm and round and cozy. Very cozy. Very spicy in the opening, too. It's not very milky, though, right? It's more kind of waxy and lotiony. Philosopos is probably the milkiest coconut. Milky coconuts. Lord says not to be weird, but Santal Majuscule is sexual to me. Okay, like, that doesn't have to be weird. What do you find sexual about it? Does it smell like skin? Does it get dirty? This is kind of on the darker side. Now I'm thinking about Dries Van Noten. Does that have a coconut? And I didn't bring Dries, but now that I'm thinking about coconut, I mean, yeah, coconut perfumes or sandalwood perfumes, I'm thinking Dries is a big sandalwood. And I don't get, I can't recall coconut right now. And Santal 33 is another big sandalwood perfume. And I still wouldn't say I get coconut, but I remember wearing it one day and my sister came over and she's like, what the hell are you wearing? You smell like coconuts. I was like, what? Like, what? What? Really? I smell like coconuts? I was mind blown. I was like, holy shit, holy shit. I was like, this is crazy. Where's that comparison coming from? It's got to be, like, it had to be Santal 33. She picked up coconut in it. But, yeah, it's great seeing coconut and sandalwood. Coconut's just so cool. You know what I mean? Coconuts. Who doesn't like coconuts? I was told the accords and materials they use to make the smell of coconut and fig are the same. They could be. They're both kind of lactonic and milky. EJ, are you on a stream tonight with some guests? I'm gonna try, Jared. I will try. Time is a thing though. Like I wanted to stream last night, but I'm here with my brother and my son. And it's like I don't want to kind of leave them and say, "Oh, you guys sit here and do nothing. I'm gonna go stream with my buds." You know what I mean? I just feel horrible leaving them. And by the time they get to bed, I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep too. Like I don't want to be on camera, you know." Dude, streaming, you have no idea what it's like to stream until you actually do it. You know what I mean? It's not just kind of like turn on a camera and here we are. Everything's well, sometimes sometimes it is, but it can be draining. So it can be draining. There's like a lot of work involved and a lot of personalities you got to deal with. But it's fun. For the most part, it's fun. Janet says something about Serge Lutens fragrances doesn't work well with my skin. None of them smell good on me. I have no idea why. Maybe it's my nose. My favorite is Fleur d'Oranger. It smells kind of like cinnamon mothballs. Rich says Santal Masoya is coconutish to me. Me too, and that's why I brought it here, Rich. This is, oh my God, I can't even tell you how much I love this stuff. Santal Masoya, Hermes, from Hermes's line. And this, I get that this is fig and sandalwood, but this to me is the smell of wind just rustling through green trees, the leaves. That's what this always reminds me of, is the smell of wind. It's just super green and figgy and creamy, lotiony. It's very airy and transparent, transportative. That coconutty creamy, like being under a coconut tree and the wind just kind of coming in and blowing the leaves. Super green, super grassy, and fresh air, lactonic, milky. The coconut here is lactonic and milky and figgy and a bit herbal. Maybe even some peach. There might even be a touch of peach in here. It's quite fruity. Fruity and milky for sure. Green milk, you know. The sandalwood is creamy here too. And green. A bit bitter. It's amazing how these all are creamy and they all have different levels of creaminess to them. So it's like, you know, when you explain creamy, it's like, what does creamy mean to you? Well, you know, here it means one thing. And then here it's like, even though I'm kind of just saying the same words, it's the complete opposite. Creamy, lotiony, this is dry. Like you can feel the cedar. When I smell this, I can smell the cedar in the backbone. But it's like sawdusty cedar amongst the sunshine. Weird. It's like cedarish hand cream, lotion, cedar suntan lotion. Oh, whew. This is leaking. And then this right now isn't creamy at all, but I know it's creamy because I wear it. And then the basic, this is really rough. This is more sandpaper than cream. Something here is very spiky and rough. It's got to be the patchouli and cocoa. It's the cocoa powder, cacao. So I know it's creamy, but not coming creamy out of here. Philosopos is creamy, but bitter, green, vegetal, and cream. So cream is a funny thing. Cream cheese. None of them are really like cream cheese though. This is green, floral, and stemmy. Almost like smelling the inside of a flower vase. It's watery as well. And from here, it's not creamy at all. Space says, I don't care about coconut and fruity notes in fragrance. You don't like any fruity notes? Holy, I love fruity notes. Like this is, Cardinal Flower's got the, you know, it's coconut, but it's also black currant. And I think black currant is a natural. That's one of the rare fruits you can get oil, you can extract oil from. And it's probably why it's so well used and so much used in perfume. Currant. Chergui and 5 o'clock are my favorite Lutons. What's happening, Norman? Good to see Norman. Jenna says, strangely enough, coincidentally enough, I tried Santal Majuscule samples last night. It's not as nice as other sandalwoods I have, like Bois d'Azil, Samsara. Just me, I guess. Well, I mean, since Samsara and Bois d'Azil are at the elites, I would say that. And everything else from there kind of is a step down. But Santal Majuscule is really, really nice. I think it is one of the nicer sandalwoods. For me, anyway. Along with... I would even say Santal Majuscule is probably a step down from Samsara and Bois d'Azil. But still really beautiful and lovely to have. It's just like a different picture. It's a different view of sandalwood. Because Samsara and Bois d'Azil are so really similar. Even though there's, like, when you compare them to themselves, they're different. Because I've known Bois d'Azil for a long time before I ever got to smell Samsara. And I got to wear it for years. Like, I knew Bois d'Azil for probably a bunch of years. And when I first smelled Samsara, I was like, holy shit. This smells so much like Bois d'Azil, you know what I mean? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. All the ideas were taken from... But then when you really go into it and you really wear it, you're like, those ideas really start to get farther and farther apart. Those comparisons for me, you know what I mean? The more you get to know them. So yeah, they have a lot of similarities, but when you really, really get to know them, like their personalities, you see how different they are. Floral says, I wore Bois d'Azil last night. How are you doing? Doing great. Nauman, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing great. Space says, I'm in the mood for Tabak 28 because I'm watching some gangster movies now. I like Tabak. Ilang has that tropical feel. Ilang, yes, Ilang has the tropical feel. Tiara and Frangipani as well. And Serge Lutens has that Tiara and Frangipani. I didn't bring it with me. But I did bring this Twilly. Hermes's Twilly, which is also super floral. Soapy tuberose and ginger. Spicy ginger. And very creamy and lotiony and coconutty. This is another one that is coconut and tuberose. White florals. Super creamy and lotiony. It's a fun perfume. Peachy. It's a bit peachy. Yeah, white floral. It feels very sunny to me. I get a lot of sun elements to it. Kind of leaning towards terracotta, but not as sunny. Probably not as big as terracotta. Terracotta's got a huge amber in it as well. But yeah, this is quite coconutty too. Coconutty, lotiony, soapy, creamy. Breathe and Bloom says nothing better than Virgin Island water. It's too bad, like it's seen its best days are over apparently. It'd be great if that stuff was still worth buying in current format. But I just keep hearing bad news about it. Naman says, I want to wear Le Labo Patchouli 24 today, but pretty hot in New York. Wear what you love, man. Yeah, I'm weird like that too. Some hot days I don't want anything heavy, and then there's others like I got 10 heavy things on. So bizarre. So bizarre. Dushan says I like coconut milk and Premier Figway. Lily says Santal Majuscule has some spices, spicy cacao. You get cocoa? Yeah? Cacao and Santal Majuscule? Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now, Lily? I get so much green. I don't get any sort of chocolate from this. To me, it's so green and milky and like tonic and woody. It's definitely woody, sandalwood. Probably even some cedar. I don't get sweet, chocolatey cacao from this. Slam says, I hate coconut. No way. What do you hate about coconut? These coconuts. Do the people that hate coconut, do you guys hate going to the beach as well? Is the beach a deal breaker for you? Janet says in Dries Van Noten, I love Jardin de l'Oranger and Surma Po. Oh, I'm not familiar with these. Quentin Biche and Danielle Andrea. Streaming makes me sweat. Sweat, baby. Floating Man says, you know Creed Virgin Island water can't be beaten. Is that the bro go-to? Is that like just... I know it's an all-time favorite and great, but do bros have any other favorites besides Virgin Island water? Grand Rising, everyone. Good to see Antonio, man. Let us know your favorite coconut perfumes. I've given you some of mine. But I'm kind of going back and forth here. Creamy means smooth and comforting without sharp edges. That's kind of the theme to a lot of these perfumes. They're so smooth and round and creamy. They don't have any sharp edges. They don't have any corners. There's like everything is just like washy and soapy, and you know, even the woods. There's no cutting edges, except Santal Majuscule might be like that. Santal Majuscule has like sandpaper feeling to it. It is rough. But yeah, most of them are just all that creamy lotion. Don't get coconut from Philosopos, but do get creamy aspect. Janet says the entire Diptyque lineup is another brand in which I can't find a one I like. Ooh. I've got bigger problems than Diptyque. Cardinal Flower is amazing, says Carry-On. What's happening, Pradeep? Good to see you, Pradeep, uncle. Yeah, buddy. Highly considering Cardinal Flower hair mist. I have a couple of mall hair mists. What is it? I don't even remember which hair mist I have now. Maybe it's Musk Ravageur. Why do I have Frederick Mull hair mist? I shouldn't be having hair mist. But I do. I have one of them. Or two. It might be Cardinal Flower. I can't remember now. It might be Portrait of a Lady. But yeah, I imagine it's really good. I imagine it's really good. Because Cardinal Flower is really good. Is it the best tuberose? I've got another tuberose here that's really creamy, milky. No, this isn't milky, but this is so lotiony. I'll give away a hint. It's this color. How can I give away a hint? Here's the bottom of the bottle. But I gotta scroll up to see all the comments. Here's the bottom of the bottle. That's all I'm giving you. And this is creamy tuberose, musk, vanilla. I don't know if coconut is a specific note, but I would say it's probably most likely there. This is very green as well. Green and floral. Stemmy. Spicy. This is probably the most bizarre of them. Like, these Gucci's are bizarre. Yeah, it's nymph. Like, I gotta say, I gotta applaud Gucci for doing these. Like, some of these are really good. And this is, I would say this is a daring for Gucci. This is daring almost for any brand. You know? I think I find this more daring than Carnal Flower. Carnal Flower is just so easy to love, but this is, there's a little bit of weird darkness to this. But again, it's just so creamy and all of that mushy stuff. I think this has got that tiara and frangipani in it, which makes this summery and lotiony. And this might have violet in it, which makes it dark. There's this kind of like this looming darkness coming from under. A cheap coconut perfume can make me nauseous. A cheap any perfume can make you nauseous. One says my nose isn't as refined as yours, but I don't pick up coconut in Samsara. How about just the overall feeling of it? Like the lotiony aspect of Samsara. Pradeep says looking forward to Baranya Intense. That was fast, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Like, it feels like Baranya just came out. It feels like I just watched Baranya reviews the last couple months, and now there's already release of a flanker. That's mental. Jana's now terracotta. That is creamy. Have you tried Amouage Search? Very tempted to buy a full bottle. I've not. Let us know how that goes. Spaced Out says Creed's glory days are over. Once they switched from 120 to 100 mil, it was over. That's unfortunate. Well, that's what I keep hearing. Everything's really watered down and the prices have gone up. So when you had a chance, you should have taken it. Lily says majuscule, not Masoya. My mistake. Did you really say majuscule? I saw Masoya. I was like, there's no cocoa in Masoya? Definitely in majuscule, and really good cocoa. Hoping no Akigala wood. Yeah, no more Akigala wood. We're tired of that stuff. Get it out of here. Akigala wood. Majuscule is Luton's uncle. I bet you he loves it too. Le Label Fleur d'Oranger is superb for summer. We use a lot of coconut in their food. Feels like home, like fresh coconut. You chop up fresh coconut. Where do you get where does the coconut come from? A can? Is it coconut water? Lily wants to be unk too. You could be auntie. You want to be auntie? We need some aunties. Actually, we got lots of aunties here in the house. We're all the aunties. Indonesian food loses a lot of coconut and is amazing. I bought Le Male Le Parfum. Can I wear it on summers? I don't know. How loud is it? I don't think I've smelled Le Parfum. That's the black bottle, isn't it? Irish Shot is strangely coconutty, carroty, almondy iris. Irish Shot. That's the Dominique Ropion, isn't it? Okay, I've got one more. Let's talk about the one behind my phone, because that's the only one that matters. This is the only one that matters. And this is definitely cocoa nutty. It even says right on the name, Bois d'Azil, Island of the Wood. He's going to the island to pick coconuts. That's what this perfume is about. It's super lotiony and creamy and warm and sandalwoody. Milky. It's probably not as sandalwoody as Samsara. I don't think it is as high quality as Samsara, but I think Samsara is a better sandalwood perfume, but for some reason, my personal preference is I prefer to wear Bois d'Azil so much more. It isn't as challenging. Like, Samsara is a big perfume. You know, it takes energy and strength to wear Samsara. Like, you gotta fight this thing with all your might, you know? But it's deeply rewarding. You just need to schedule it in. But Bois d'Azil to me is just so much more free-flowing. You can just spray it on, spritz it on, and go wherever, whenever, however, you know? It's just way more nonchalant. Samsara's way... I find Samsara way stuffier, way more buttoned up, way more broad-shouldered. Antonio says, the only coconut fragrance I have is Fan Your Flames, Nishane. It's a new day, new scent. What do you guys think of Bath and Body Works? They have candles and sanitize. Yeah, give me a headache. That's what I think. Have you tried Healy Coco Bello? No. Does anyone know when Ramsey might pick up back on content production? He's been missed as of late. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. The bottle looks like fancy poison. The Gucci chant for the nymph? Yes, kind of. Definitely. Like a medicinal bottle. Apocothy, Barrett. Holy smokes. This is so interesting. Tuberose. It's white floral, jasmine, but powdery as well. Powdery, musky, vanilla, creamy, electronic, milky, sandalwoody. Who's familiar with this stuff? Antonia says, floral notes and Pradeep, you both do excellent work. Thank you too for sharing. Oh, that's nice of you to say, Antonio. Jared says coconut rice is amazing. Your recommendation for a good summer coconut perfume. I just gave you 10, dude. I just gave you 10. Chucky, what's happening? Good to see Chuck. Bruh, auntie makes me hope. What are we trying to reflect here, Lily? What is it you want? What do you want to be seen as? You want to be seen as an uncle? Is that your vibe? All right. Lily wants to be uncle. Coco de Coco. Is cocoa coconutty, guys? Cocoa is super lotiony, eh? It's got that huge ylang, and I feel sometimes there might be a bit of coconut in cocoa. Just check the ylang. Spray some cocoa right now if you have it, and tell me it's not a touch lotiony. Vintage Bois d'Azil is divine, like number 5 plus Samsara. Oh, I wonder what vintage smells like. Yeah, because I am comparing like modern Bois d'Azil with vintage Samsara here, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, that's a good point. I need to smell the vintage Bois d'Azil because right now I feel Samsara is way better than this. But I actually prefer wearing this just because it ain't as stuffy, you know? It's super light, but it's always there. Ganymede is perfect for a sunny day like this. I couldn't imagine. Ganymede. Maybe if you're a lawnmower, not for people. Janet says, I've been tempted to buy parfum versions of Bois d'Azil and Coromandel. Good luck with that, because apparently they've all been discontinued. Chanel discontinued their perfume ranges, didn't they? Their parfum concentrations. Pradeep's saying, yeah, our parfum's still available. Duchamp says Ganymede is awful. It's even worse than that, Duchamp. Jared says, you don't get any egoiste from Bois d'Azil, really? No. A little bit. Like, I can see what people mean, but I find Bois d'Azil way more related to Samsara than I do to Egoiste. Way more. It's the florals. There's just so much florals in Bois d'Azil. The florals in Egoiste are all masculine. They don't have these soft tuberose, jasmine, ylang. You know, you don't have that in Egoiste. Egoiste is sharp, cutting, masculine florals. It has sandalwood as well, but I don't think the sandalwood is enough to link it to Bois d'Azil. See, to me, Egoiste is way more cocoa than Bois d'Azil. Egoiste and cocoa are more related to me with that big plum. Egoiste is you can call it a rose patchouli, a plummy rose patchouli, cinnamon plummy rose patchouli with tobacco and all sorts of crazy shit. Vanilla, sandalwood. But cocoa has so many of those elements too. But I know very often they're compared to Egoiste and Bois d'Azil. Chanel perfumes are demanding a premium over the already high prices. Pradeep says I get more Egoiste from 18 because of the ambrette. See, and everybody's going to have a different view, a different opinion. Yeah, and you know what? You're probably right. I do get more because Egoiste to me is very raspy. It's not smooth and creamy and lotiony and like this is that. This is creamy, lotiony, coconutty, soft, soapy. You know what I mean? That's not Egoiste is not that. Egoiste is rough. It's rough florals, cutting florals, super spicy. Like this is soft. This is spicy, but they're this soft, this warmest spices. The benzoin, the soft benzoin, the candle wax. You know, it's like vanilla candle wax in here. It's like all the notes have kind of been put together in this soft, warm candle wax. Incensey candle wax. And then Egoiste to me feels like boxing gloves. Like I need to put on boxing gloves when I wear Egoiste. This is like cosmetics powder, you know? But number 18 is also kind of rough. 18 is more on the rough side than it is tender and sensual. Very spicy and cutting. Just like Egoiste, spicy and cutting. Egoiste is not tender and sensual and soft and romantic. It's romantic in a masculine way. I wish I had brought it up, but I didn't. I brought Egoist up with me the last time I was here. Carl says, MFK Aqua Universalis for me today, I think. So hot. I was actually hoping for more heat and more sun, but it's nice. It's really cloudy. Super cloudy. Yeah. So, here you go. Coconut mixed with a lot of tuberose and fig and sandalwood. That's what it likes to be mixed with. And a lot of these are great for summer. Not necessarily all of them. I would say Samsara might be too heavy for the summer. Unless you're trying to project that heaviness. I don't know. Unless you're trying to project like queen energy. But yeah, the rest of them are actually quite good. Philosopos is really good for summer. It's nice and fresh. Bois d'Azil is to me, it's very wearable. Bois d'Azil can easily be worn in the summer, even in high heat. I find this is stunningly fresh. Something about this is really fresh and tropical. Bois d'Azil. I feel like I'm bobbing on a boat, just heading towards an island. You know what I mean? Like a tropical island. There's definitely, I see blue in here too, the color blue. And it's not really aquatic though, but I do see watery aspects to it. Island aspects, island wood, coconut, stuff like that. But yeah, very wearable for summer. And Santal is also, Masoya is also very fresh for summer. Green and grassy and fresh. Lily says Egoist feels like waxy cinnamon apple candy to me. Apple. I get dry fruits and plum. Tangerine. I get kind of like a candied tangerine. It's not a juicy tangerine. It's almost like something that came out of like a wrapper. You know what I mean? Like a sucker, a tangerine sucker. Pradeep says, when I was in my blue stage, I thought Egoist was so musky and dirty, like a beige suit with sweat. Egoist to me is super red. It's fiery red when I wear it. And it's got to be the cinnamon. It's got so much cinnamon and rosewood. And those are two dark red colors to me. So I see a lot of reds. And in Bois d'Azil, I see a lot of blues. Even like the ylang-ylang and the iris, like blue. I just see blue florals, violet, blue violets. Bois d'Azil is very violet-y and irisy. And I got a lot of blue pastels from it. Bois d'Azil is super pastel-y, waxy, creamy, lotiony, cosmetic-y. It has the best textures. This is like my favorite textured perfume. It's just so incredible. Loving that shirt. Thank you, Max. Thank you. Yeah, so I get different shades and hues of blue to Bois d'Azil. And I think blue is probably even the predominant color to me. Whereas cocoa is way more plummy. The color of cocoa to me is plummy. Cinnamon is probably the musty part. Yeah, it's like really spicy cinnamon, like hot tamale cinnamon. Comète and Bois d'Azil are my next les exclusives. Guys, I have a confession to make. I've made the ultimate sin the other day. I think it was yesterday after the stream. I was like, I was gonna go into the lake after the stream. I put my phone down and I got changed, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna spray on some fresh perfume. So I put on 5 sprays of Bois de Zil. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I said, I'm gonna do one better. Now I'm gonna put on 5 sprays of Comet. And I did. I put 5 sprays of Comet right on top of it. And the moment I did, I was like, oh my fucking God, why did I do that? I was so repulsed. I have to say, I was so repulsed in that moment. I was like, 2 of my favorite perfumes ever, but layered on top of each other, I was like, oh, so nasty. So gross. I felt awful, and I deserved it. I totally deserved it for layering. That's what you get for layering. It was so painful. ML says, hey, Eugene, I'm taking my mom out to lunch. She is watching and likes it. You are the luckiest guy. You are the luckiest guy that you get to spend time with your mom and eat food with your mom. Enjoy her while you still have her and she's here. Hi, Mom. If you're watching, hi, Mom. Let us know what Mom's wearing. What perfume is Mom wearing? But yeah, shout out to all the mums. We know Christine's mom watches sometime, and there's some mums that watch. Did you layer? I did. I did. It was awful. It was awful, and I know I'll never ever do it again. The jury finds you guilty, as I should be. What is my charge? What is my punishment? I need to be punished. Carl says, oh my God, I also did wear 5 sprays of Bois de Zil yesterday, but never thought to layer. Why? I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I was just like, I'm going to go jump in the lake. So I'm going to put on this. I'm going to put on that. Whatever happens, happens. I wasn't thinking, you know. My mind was separate from me. But it's come back since. Jared says layering is evil with the #1 crown. Yeah, layering is not cool. Duchamp says I like to layer Bellamy and Pure Distance M. Ooh. Pure Distance M would be nice. If you have a bottle of Pure Distance M, consider yourself lucky. Who has a bottle of Pure Distance M? Put your hand up. Say I. If you've got a bottle of Pure Distance M. Lily says go to church and repent. Maybe take some lashings. Nah, I'm good. It's just layering. I'm good. I was punished enough just by having to inhale that stuff. Yeah, but no, I'm not a big fan of layering. Your punishment is having to wear Ganni. I'd rather go to church, dude. Angel, what's happening? Hi, Eugene. I am speed clicking, adding to car, practicing for a new less abstract release. Awesome. Awesome, Angel. You're the best. Thank you, Angel. Practicing. Speed clicking. Yeah. Well, new Les Abs aren't here yet, but they're coming soon. You're coming. Your body forgot to age. Well, some days it doesn't always feel like, but we're all aging, man. The time is undefeated. Nobody has beat time. We're all just passing through. I sometimes almost think like all of this is actually over. It's just us reliving it. Like all of creation has already happened. It's already over. This is just us looking back at what we've done. We're already back home. We're just looking back. This is our time to look back and to make any changes necessary. This is us looking back. And if you don't like anything, now's the time to change it. But yeah, time is undefeated. Dushan says I have a decant of M. Okay, cool. Says at some point I'm going to get that Iris Forward fragrance of yours. Awesome. We're out of stock right now temporarily, but we should be back in stock very, very soon. I imagine within the next week or 10 days, I'll be getting 30 bottles in stock. And then after that, we'll be fully sold out. So it's been, what, 3 years? We launched, when did we launch? 2022. When did Bellum launch? Bellum launched in 23 or 22? No, I think LDE launched in 22 and then Bellum launched the following spring, 23. So it's been 2 years now. I can't remember. I'd have to look at a calendar, but yeah, it'll be back soon. Lil says, I am an uncle. I don't age. What's wrong with aunties? Do aunties age? I think there's things you can do. There's things you can do. Definitely exercise helps with aging. Exercise, diet, nutrition, your programming. Definitely watch your programming. Your programming will age you. Dalwar Shukor says, is there a way to be notified when Bellum is going to be restocked? I can't miss if there's only 30. Just be with us here, you know what I mean? Be with us here. I'll announce it here or on Instagram, but follow me on Instagram and on You Smells Good and on Les Abstrait, and I'll make an announcement there. But as soon as they're back, I'll let you guys know. Lily says September would be 3 years of Les Abs. Yeah. So we launched LDE would be 3 years ago. And then Bellum was launched like shortly after. It wasn't in 2022. I think it was in 2023 for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't even remember. Maybe it was 2022. Dushan's saying Davor Shukar, is that you? I was saying the same thing. Dawar Shukar. He's like our national hero. Space says advanced glycation end products age you faster. Sugar will do that for sure. Sugar for sure will age you. Sugar is a fucking menace to your body, eh? You have no idea how fucking bad sugar is. And we're all addicted. I am fucking addicted. I watch myself. I'm like, I am so addicted to this crap, and that's why I really got to stay away from it. It's like if I have just a little bit, it's like it gets out of control. You know? But and then you always feel like shit. And you always got that like sugar hangover. You know, you're fucking swollen and uninspired to do anything and just want to continue consuming more sugar and more content, and you just feel like a bag of shit, really. Nothing makes you feel worse than sugar. November 22 was Bellum. Yeah, 3 years. That's a fast. I mean, that went fast really quickly. Like, here we are 3 years later, right? Wow. Time flies. Where does it go? Well, where does it go? It doesn't go anywhere. It's all right here, isn't it? Like, where can time go? It's all right here. It's always right now, so. I mean, time is another one of those fucking illusions that really fuck you up, too. Bobby Dior is the sugar king. Time gets faster every year. Is that why we have a leap year? They don't know how to measure time? Or are they lying to us? Floral Note says, guilt makes you fat. There's no way I am eating all this trash and still at my weight. Forgive yourself for eating, right? Blame it on the guilt. Ah, yeah. Everyone's looking for a magic pill. The hard work. You gotta do the hard work, man. There's no magic pill. Like, don't buy the snake juice. Don't buy the snake oil. Centenate Rochas Massacre. Have you smelled Robert Piguet Bandé? That has a strange coconut. I have Bandé. And I don't remember coconut. kid's party next door. I'm not sure if smoking pot is kind of like the best thing, but whatever. I mean, they're far away. Bendy kicks some doors down. Bendy reminds me of Anteus. It's dark and it's got that green bitter galbanum. Does Anteus have galbanum? Why would it remind me of Anteus? Oh, it's leather. It's like a green leathery sheep. The most coconut scent I have is Lumani Porthole. I don't know that one. What else has coconut that I'm not aware of? I'm sure I have more coconutty things at home. I just kind of rushed through these. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. But yeah, I'm kind of cuckoo for coconut. I like coconut in perfume. I didn't always like it. Like things like Virgin Island water. There was a time like I would smell it and that stuff didn't really interest me. Coconut. It was probably when I was looking for all like the niche perfumes, all the crazy niche, all the creative stuff, all the artistic stuff. And then when you get those kind of out of the way, then you start branching out and looking for other perfumes. But I always had like in my process, I always had a way I wanted my collection to look. So I always visualized my collection to look a certain way. And then when it did, like when I got all the things I wanted, then I'd be like, all right, branch out from all this kind of like poetic perfume and start getting other stuff, like coconutty stuff, you know what I mean? Which probably wasn't my first love, but I do like coconut a lot. Honnête Français feels coconutty. Yeah, they keep saying Honnête Français, which reminds me so much of Saint Germain des Prés. I don't think they're worth owning both. That's how I feel. I honestly don't feel like they're both worth owning. I was shocked at how similar it was of an orange blossom. Oud Isfahan feels coconut to me. Not that it's a coconut perfume or has coconut, but texture. Is it oily? Samsara feels oily to me. Like very oily. I imagine that's sandalwood oil. Maybe Oud Isfahan smells oily. Space says, I think the fragrance industry is oversaturated now. 20 years ago, you had to wait for a release, and the wait was worth it. Well, maybe now, like, all we're doing is waiting and waiting and waiting for the next release. Like, that's literally what we're doing. We're just, like, waiting around for the next release so we can talk about it. But, I mean, there's definitely more choice. Does that make it... What is that? I don't know. Are you trying to say it's better or worse? Oversaturated now. Yeah, there's definitely way more selection. And there's probably less excitement because of so much choice. Right? Now there's so much choice, and then when you smell something, you're like, oh, you're constantly let down. Unless you're new, like when you're new to the hobby and you're first discovering things, it doesn't matter how much choice there is. Everything is so exciting. But with time, when you smell so many things, it's harder to get excited. Don't get like, for sure, for certain, if you smelled 5,000 perfumes, it's not easy to get excited. So I can see why guys like, let's say Luca Turin, that have been doing this for years, shit like over new stuff, because he's smelled everything under the roof. Like, you know what I mean? He wants to smell a new idea. That's what he wants. You want to impress Luca Turin, you got to bring him a new idea. You know what I mean? But yeah, the beginning is always the best. That's why when new reviewers come out on the scene, you can always see how fresh and exciting they are. You know what I mean? And you kind of live through watching them. Brands are constantly pushing out stuff that nobody will remember in the future. I feel like things are coming and going. Flankers are coming every day. Flankers are going. Floral says there's nothing out here in any field that feels timeless. Best part of my frag journey was when I first started. Everything felt new and exciting and amazing. Sure says Luca loves Louis Vuittons but hates malls. No way. Don't give me this. You're pulling my chain. He loves Louis Vuittons? Come on. He actually said that? What did he say? There's no way. I don't believe it. Oh, here's some more spiders. I've been seeing so many. What's the meaning of spiders? Like, I'm seeing spiders everywhere in my life. And what do we do with them? Do we just kind of like let them roam our area? Do we get rid of them? How do we handle spiders, guys? Do you like Chanel Allure Extreme? I'm not crazy about it. I'm not. They're good luck. Spiders are good luck. I got a spider in my room at home. It's getting bigger. I've been watching him. I haven't gotten rid of him. I haven't killed him. I haven't crushed him. I haven't taken him outside. I'm making peace with this spider, you know what I mean? But he is encroached in my territory in my room. But sometimes I feel like he waits for me. When I get home from work and I come downstairs in my room and I turn the light on, he's right there in the middle of the room. And as soon as I turn the light on, he fucking scrams. And I kind of watch him. Like, he's a cool little spider, but I also have a centipede too. And I think they're kind of dueling for territory. And I haven't gotten rid of him either. Sometimes, like, if I see them around, I'll keep them, but then I get tired of them and I'll scoop them up and I'll throw them out in the backyard. I'll never kill them. But I know the spider notices me. I feel like he waits for me. Because every time I open the door, he's there in the center of the room, like almost in the same spot, and then he kind of scurries off. I'm like, this is wild. I think he's trying to tell me something. I wonder what he's trying to tell me. What kind of spiders? I don't know. They're just like Canadian spiders, man. I don't know what the name is, but they're just spiders. So right now I got a spider and a centipede. And I feel like the one is trying to eat the other. So I've seen the spider last, and I haven't seen the centipede, so I wonder if the spider has eaten the centipede. So it's cool. Spiders kill all the bugs. Yeah, that's a good reason for not killing them. It'll kill any other bugs. Carl says Luca Turin's logic is that Louis Vuitton is quality and Descendant is a synthetic mess. Right. Right. Great logic. Great logic. But you know he likes to be contrarian. It's part of his personality, right? It is who he is. It's what makes him who he is. He wouldn't be like, He wouldn't have that following if he wasn't contrarian. He's got to say things that are different and unexpected. Like, he's got to have a little bit of shock value too, right? Luca shock value Turin. He's kind of like a superhero or a villain. Like, if he was in the comic book, I think he would be a villain. I think he even sees himself as a villain, like listening to him speak. What do you guys think? Does he come out with villain energy? Eat the spider to complete the cycle. Ooh. Yeah, is that what I gotta do here? Eat the spider. Fuck. I don't think I could, man. I don't think I want to eat a spider. ML says, not a fan of spiders myself. I think they are self-aware of something. I've read that lavender or mint oils repel them. I don't really want to repel them. I don't want to get rid of them. I don't want them, but I don't want to get rid of them either. But like, I have them there and I just kind of observe them. Like, it's one spider, and he's not, he's like the size of my pinky, like, you know what I mean? And he's getting bigger and bigger. But he must have had he had a relative there a couple of years ago. And I watched this fucker. He was a red spider, and I eventually caught him and I put him outside. I couldn't kill him or flush him down this toilet. I would feel horrible. I don't even like killing mosquitoes, but I do. Sometimes I burn them if they've like, I'll watch the fucker, and right as he sticks it in, I pull out the lighter. And then you pull out the lighter and you give him a little singe, and you can feel him going, like, the mosquito will throw a fucking spaz. Spiders definitely track you and remember your face, and any one of their million babies will come back for you. Yeah, gazillions of babies. Luca has been getting adoration for looking cute and cuddly with suspenders lately. I feel like suspenders are part of his look. He's always been kind of in suspenders. If you were to Google search Luca Turin, I'm sure he'd show up in suspenders before. I did notice the suspenders. They were quite colorful. He even grabbed his gut at one point. I think he referred to himself as a slob, though. That's what I mean. Like, he's got that villain energy, right? Do you think he's a contrarian as a front and really likes the stuff he says he hates? Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's really easy to write off perfume, you know what I mean? Like, the stuff is expensive. There's perfume everywhere. You can just kind of pick something up and go, well, you know, I know I'm not going to buy this. I don't really care for it. It's not my thing. And you can just make up any sort of fucking bullshit about it. It's not hard to do. Like, if you have the personality to do it. What's happening? Making sense. Good to see you. Who's the next Luca, at least? I don't think there will be a next Luca. Like, there's only one Luca. And I don't think there should be any other Lucas. There should just be people that want to be themselves, you know? Yeah, just be yourself. Luca was Luca, and he was great. Luca was great at playing Luca. He's still great at playing Luca. You know, he was born for that role, and he's playing it perfectly. So, yeah, we're all kind of born for our own roles. And that's when you shine, is when you play your own role and know who you are and what you're doing. But I mean, if somebody tries to do Luca, they'll never do it as good. Jared says max 40 is the next Luca. In what way? What way do you mean that, Jared? You think he'll have the sort of influence as Luca Turin? Well, his influence is very different than most people's. He's very influential with classical perfume lovers. Not so with trendy perfume lovers. Trendy perfume lovers don't even know who he is. Like, it's just mostly people who love poetic and creative and old-fashioned vintage stuff. He's not one to really talk highly about Louis Vuitton. I'm surprised he is, but I'm not at the same time, because it's his job to say surprising things. The next Luca is Pradeep hating on Les Indomitable Vanilla Van flankers. Is he hating on the flankers? What's up with that? What's going on? Yeah, I can get the flankers stuff. Floral Note says Vanilla Van is overrated. I said it. Ooh. Ooh. What makes it overrated? Because everyone loves it? Because it's so lovable? What? What makes it overrated? You calling his audience boomers? Yeah. Yeah, basically. Well, look at me. I'm his audience. You know what I mean? What am I? What am I? I get a little mentholated coconut vibe from Colonel. Basically. Yeah, Cardinal flower, same. Best coconut, Nick Walker. What is it? God, this is so good. This is brilliant. Cardinal flower is so brilliant. This might be his best work. It's so alive. It's energetic. It's green and stemmy and floral. I love this. Meaty. Such a meaty tuberose. MJ, what's happening in Ombre Supreme? Good to see MJ. Floral says, I just wasn't blown away by Vanilla Van. I'll have to revisit in depthly. Yeah, it's very possible. It just didn't work for you. Sometimes you just have to wear something and experience it and get to know it, let it develop before you fall in love with it. Not everything is love at first sniff, right? If you're smelling 100 things in passing, you very quickly all at once, and you come with, how many of those are you gonna fall in love with? That's not really a way to fall in love with perfume, is it? Perfume you need to spend time with, right? You need to romanticize it. He didn't talk very highly about Parfum de Trace, did he? Turned on. Right? What did he say about Parfum de Trace? He said it wasn't Rudnitska's best work, I think. It was a little bit rough. Something along those lines. Take me back, guys. What did he say? I actually really like Parfum de Trace too. Comet was my scent of the day. So calming to me. Comet, I wore Comet yesterday. I layered it with Bois de Zil, and I've been punished and executed today. But I love Comet as well, man. Comet all day long for me. And Bois de Zil. Top 5. Hell, I can't even decide which one I like better. It's literally whichever one I'm wearing in that moment. Both are heavenly. I gotta say they're heavenly damn perfumes. Bois d'Azil and Comet. Comet's perfect for stargazing. That's what I wore Comet for when I got up here. Stargazing. I was like, yeah, this is good. OG Vanille Havan definitely treads a familiar territory, but for me, it proves that style. I think it's the materials used in it that make it so great, that make it so much better than all the others in that category. It's the materials, it's the richness, the fibers, the vanilla. Luca likes Road, so I'll forgive him. Bois d'Azil over Coromandel. Right now, yeah. Right now, I would say yeah. There was probably a time where I would have preferred Coromandel, but right now, Bois d'Azil, yes. Shalimar to sleep last night. It seems like a big heavy amber to fall asleep to. Did you need like a thick baddie or something? What's going on? Bobby in search of a thick baddie and he ends up slaying Shalimar. In Hawaii, what's happening, Bobby? Eugene's top 5 Chanel Bois d'Azil. I would say for sure Bois d'Azil. Bois d'Azil might be one of my favorite perfumes. It's up there with Mitsuko. Like in terms of how much I wear it. This year, I've definitely worn it more than Mitsuko. I probably worn it the most, more than anything else. Bois d'Azil. Oh, it's so stunning. Beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous. I don't understand how anyone cannot love it. Someone walked past me wearing it. Nick says, I'll never forget when I smelled Coromandel for the first time at Harrods. Mind blown. I was mind blown too the first time I smelled all these Chanels. I was like, I've never smelled these Les Exclusives. I keep hearing about them over and over. I'm reading about them. I'm dying to smell them. And I get to the mall and they have all the Chanel blotters. They have blotters that look exactly like this label. They're the size of this label too. The blotters look just like this label. So you would get a label for Bois d'Azil that looked just like this. So you can pick it up and smell it. So I took one label for every perfume and I sprayed them. And when I got back to my car, I lined them up on the dashboard. It might not have been every single one, but it was quite a few of them. It was kind of like my favorites that I had picked out in the store while sniffing. So over that week, as I was driving around, I would like, every time I got in my car, I would pick up a blotter and be like, oh my God, these are like the most beautiful things I've ever smelled in my life. They're just like heartbreakingly gorgeous. So over that week, I was like, which one am I gonna buy first? Which one? It's like this one, 1932. No, 31 Rue Campbell. No, Bois d'Azil. No, Coromandel. No, this. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just, I'll never forget it. It was amazing. Like that was like the most exciting thing for me ever. Is getting to discover, oh, Queer de Russie too, you know, Sycamore, just all of them just go down the line and they're all like these super poetic, heart-wrenching, glorious perfumes from the past. I was obsessed with 31 Rue Campbell, and that was one of the first Chanels I bought, Les Exclusives. So I don't remember the order. I want to say Coromandel was probably the first. Coromandel, Queer de Russie, Sycamore, and 31 Rue Cambon. Those were the first 4 that I bought. Coromandel, Sycamore, Queer de Russie, and 31 Rue Cambon. Yeah, at the time. I just remember sniffing the white florals in 31 Rue Cambon in 1932 and like being completely obsessed with the jasmines. Oh, The white florals, the tuberoses, and the jasmines. Flagship Guerlain, quit rubbing it in. And then when I discovered Guerlain, it was like, it put my love affair with Chanel on hold for a couple of years. I was like, what the fuck is this? Wow, Guerlain is just as beautiful. She's even more beautiful, but in a different way than Chanel. Let's put Chanel on the burner. And Chanel really was on the burner for a long time. Space says, I would choose Pour Monsieur, Antaeus, and Egoiste over Les Exclusives. Why? What about them? I mean, Les Exclusives, there's what, 17 perfumes? Which Les Exclusives? All of them? Bobby, come here for more Shalimar. Yeah, and everything else, kind of in comparison to me, I didn't care at all about all the other stuff I was smelling. It's like, no, there's no comparison in beauty. And some of the things, all right, some brands were using finer materials, you know, higher quality materials than, like Chanel's still a designer brand. They use great materials, but maybe not as good as some niche brands. But in other instances, better than niche brands, you know what I mean? Space says they are more masculine, easy to wear, just as complex, more sharp, lively, not powdery. Yeah, those are all the things that I love. You know what I mean? I love those soft, powdery things. I find they're more spirited. More spirited instead of boxy. When I wear those big things, I feel like I'm boxed in. I'm restricted, you know what I mean? Egoiste feels like this. It's very broad-shouldered. But 18 is also very egoistish, but lighter. It's a softer touch. It's more like a feminine touch, but it's not really feminine. 18 isn't feminine, is it? Egoiste is one that is one that I've wanted to get, but always decided not to. Why? Why did you always want it, but decide not to? Do you not get yourself the things that you want? Carl says if Antaeus, Egoiste, and Pour Monsieur had the same quality materials as the exclusives, I would, after with Space, but I do find them more complex than the exclusives. Yeah, they feel very thick. They feel thicker than the Les Exclusives. But they feel even more vintagey in feeling. Les Exclusives are complex too, but in a lighter, in a thinner way, in a different way. Jared says Sycamore is my favorite Chanel. It's beautiful, creamy, unique, lasts long, and I can wear it in any season. Checks all boxes. Sycamore is super woody. I call it lumberjacky. It's spicy with a big yellow mustard seed in Sycamore. Dry, smoky vetiver. It's great. Catching lots of sun. I am. A lot yesterday. I was in the sun pretty much all day. All day. What did I do? I read a book. I read a book in the sun. I was reading. We need the summer abs update. Coming soon. to a summer near you. Stay tuned. Working on them, but they're coming. They're progressing. Still a lot of work. I'm 50, yeah, but they're coming. We're gonna have abs, all right? Promise. Smokers promise. We're gonna have abs. It's the goal. Les abs. Who else wants abs? Does anyone else want? Just, I mean, for the sake of working on something. Like, what else am I gonna do? I don't have them. I can either like work on them or not work on them. It's the only motivation. Like, what else am I gonna do? Carl says I'm going for the cute Luca Turin look right now. Oh, you got suspenders on. Just buy fake abs like Drake. No. No. Awful. Yeah, they're accusing Drake of buying his abs. He posted a selfie with his abs. Carl's got a belly. No way. I can't picture Carl with a belly. He's got even abs underneath his belly. But abs are fun to work. Sometimes I work them so hard that I get injured and I can't do them for a couple days, but it's fun doing leg lifts. Are you going to do a Tom Ford-esque photo ads with your abs and the les abs? Yeah, I'm gonna shave the big LA in my G spot, like Tom Ford shaved the Gucci logo in his model's pubic hair. Absolutely. 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 Abs are cool. Strong legs, strong abs, lower back help a lot with lifting weights. Also help with age, right? You'll notice when you guys start to age, like things change fast. You know what I mean? Your body starts changing really fast. Your metabolism slows down. You just get like creaky. You know, your bones get creaky, and it gets hard to get out of bed. You're not young, but yeah, you change really fast. You don't need as much food. You don't need as much calories anymore. Alejandro says I like Chanel Boy more than Coromandel and Bois d'Azil. I find Bois more similar to Bois d'Azil than Coromandel. It's very floral. It takes a lot of its pastels from Bois d'Azil. Bois is quite pastelish and soapy. Has a lot of soapy products to it, like soaps and foams, lavender foams. Bois is great. I like Bois a lot too. And that's why I always say you can have all three. You don't have to pick. Dushan says you look like a lord, so much better than Tom Ford. What does a lord look like? How would you describe that? What does a lord look like? You look like a lord. What do you got to do to become a lord? What is a lord? What are the requirements? You got to be English? Can anybody be a lord? Lord. I want a Philippe Plein type commercial for the new Les Abs. All right, but you got to be the Philippe Plein type model for that commercial. You need to be what you want. Lily says, I'm still a spring chicken. In regards to what? Oh, age. Sure. One says, I've lost 43 pounds in the last 1.5 years, and I can actually flex and see some ab definition. That's awesome, bro. Good for you, man. I love hearing that. Yeah. Good job. Keep going and they'll be there. It's just, consistency, you know, that everyday consistency. And it just becomes habit, and you just go, it just becomes automatic. You don't even need to be motivated or inspired. Like, you never, you know, when you start, you're like, oh my God, I need some motivation. You start watching this motivational bullshit. But after a couple of weeks, you don't even need that anymore. You just start going consistently. It just becomes a routine and habit and part of everyday life. And then you're like, oh shit, like, my body's changing. You know what I mean? My body's changing. And that will inspire you too when you start to see changes even more. But yeah, it's great. It's a great journey to watch your body change physically and mentally, to grow. I mean, that's part of life, is to grow, to break shells of your past that you know you're no longer part of. You no longer resonate, and just grow from that. Bobby says that change happened just this year for me. I've always had easy abs. Go on. What has it been? The Bush Light or what? Watching too many Cardinal games? Cardinals promoting all that Budweiser. Is it beer, Bobby? What's going on with the abs? Just age. Yeah, metabolism goes really, really quick, eh? You got to fight for your metabolism. You got to keep it burning like a furnace. And sugar will definitely fucking turn your metabolism down. And screw with your testosterone too. Jerome says his car has abs. Flex them, man. One says, really enjoyed your car streams. Unfortunately, I took heartbreak to get me started. Oh, to get you started working out. Well, yeah, it usually takes some form of pain for a lot of people to start loving themselves. You know, it takes a sort of like rock bottom. What were you doing before? Probably not investing in yourself, probably investing in someone else, probably a partner or a woman or something that was distracting you from your true self. Milosh, what's happening? Nice shirt, florals today. Yeah, I got some florals on. Nice day for florals, isn't it? Matthew Hall says, you look like you smells good. I love how channel name reads works here. Yeah, awesome. Good to see you. Roberta, good to see Roberta Sotos. I love the monkeys. Roberta makes so... find Roberta Sotos on Instagram, and she's got these really cool plush monkeys. And they're kind of like perfume inspired. They're actually really neat, actually. I really love them, Roberta. She has this one Coco, I think it's Coco Noir. So she made this plush monkey out of socks, inspired by the Coco Noir bottle. So it kind of matches, the monkey will match the perfume bottle. So really neat and creative. I've never seen that before, but check those out. Nice location. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just out sitting underneath a couple of trees. This is my favorite spot to sit. It's just very peaceful, and I feel very, very in tune with my surroundings. Like I've just been dropped here, like I've been spawned here for the very first time. That's how it feels like when I'm here. I'm like, I've just been spawned here for the first time, and everything is so interesting, you know? It's like, look at everything so beautiful. Fuck. Even though it needs to be trimmed and cut down. The lovely plush monkeys, handmade with love by Miss Maria. Oh, I thought you were the one that made the plush monkeys. Are you not the one that makes the plush monkeys? Bobby says, I'm going through a change, really bothering me when Pradeep says flagship. Make him just say, get along, please. Bobby, it's out of my control, right? There's nothing I can do about it, nor do I care to. So you got it. It's on you, man. You're going to have to deal with it. So hopefully it doesn't stress you out too much and you can overcome that. But if it does, there's probably like a pill you can take. You can go to the doctor and they'll give you a pill for Pradeep's heartache. Pradeep's troubling you. A pill won't heal it, but they'll maybe help you forget your pain and your trouble. Angelique Noir by Creed or Get Alone matches the scenery. Angelique Noir. Does Creed have an Angelique Noir? I didn't know that, but I know Guerlain has an Angelique Noir. Kieran says, was feeling coconutty today, also wearing Artemique coconut blanket. Love your channel, fella. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying hello. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Bobby, do you want a bottle of Creed's Venezia? I have Creed's Jasmine Imperatrice Eugenie. It was probably the first Creed I bought. And I bought it because I was obsessed with the jasmine, sandalwood, vanilla combination. It was like one of the most beautiful things I've ever smelled. Beautifully powdery, soapy, creamy. It had civet, so it had that animalic funk to it. You know, it was a bit pissy jasmine. I was just like, wow. I remember smelling in the Creed shop going, I remember all the hype being Aventus and, you know, all the bros, but I was like, I'm going to discover a Creed for myself. I don't care what I've heard. And I went through the men's range and I was just like, boring, 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 boring. Typical men's shit, like woods and spice, woods and spice, woods and spice. This for me is super boring. I get to the women's side and I'm like, oh my God, this jasmine, the orange blossom, everything is just so beautiful. Rose, like the florals really pop. Imperatrice Eugenie. And then when Galen came over, Galen scanned my collection really quickly and he fell in love with that one too. And then since he's gotten back home, he actually found and bought a bottle. What's your thoughts on Guerlain Santal Paurosa? I like it. I have a bottle. I like it. I like it a lot. I do. I like it a lot. For a modern Guerlain arts and materials. Still haven't smelled Vetiver Fauve. Faux. Anuj. I see somebody saying Anuj is here. Anuj. Oh, there is Anuj. What's happening, Anuj? Patel. Get your brother Cash to drop the files. We want the files, Anuj. What's Cash waiting for? One says, I personally love Santal Paurosa. I like it a lot. Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I probably do love it too. I like it a lot for a lot of different reasons. It's a great incense accord. It's a great creamy, woody fragrance. Green Irish Tweed, only Creed I love. Anuja's here. Don't let him leave. Yeah, how are we going to do that? How are we going to keep him in? Block him in, guys. Block him in. Greetings from London. Hello, Anastasia. Are you an actor? I guess we're all actors in some way, aren't we? We're all wearing a mask. Yes, he's acting right now. Yes, I'm an actor on YouTube. I'm on the camera, right? Angelique Encens by Creed, Mr. Parfum Vintage, Halston by Halston Vintage, all great. He is actor koi vozi tractor. You guys are too much, man. How do I even deal with you guys? Views on Bottega Veneta, which one? The woman's EDP? Love it, love it, love it, love it. Brilliant. Masterpiece. I even like the men's Bottega Veneta Pour Homme. I have one of them. They're really spicy and woody and coniferous and piney. It's like being out in the forest. Tons of incense and smoke. Yeah, but the Perfume it's heavenly. If you love leather perfumes, if you love the theme of a leather purse, powdery, leathery purses. ML says, my mom loved your comment. She got teary-eyed. My dad passed recently, and she has been going through a lot. Yeah, I know. Old people are... I'm not calling your mom old. Parents are hypersensitive, you know, towards their kids, and I know, I get it. I get it. And aging and losing and with time, dealing with time, and it's a sensitive spot for a lot of people, but I'm glad that she felt the thing. It's good. Bottega Veneta Intense or the original for women? No, the original. What's the Intense? I don't know the Intense. The original. The leather one. A really spicy, leathery handbag. But powdery. Oh, it's so good. Bottega Veneta Perfume is a soft leather chiffre. Bellamy Vetiver is a tough one. Yeah, they're both really good. Bellamy Vetiver is way more earthy. I love the spice accord used in Bottega Veneta Perfume. I think it's coriander. It's super spicy and peppery. It feels like it's coriander. Would you ever wear Flower Bomb? I would. I like Flower Bomb. I remember the first batch. It was beautiful. Might be too floral for every day, but yeah, I would wear it. I would definitely wear it. Flower Bomb is a bit Coco Mademoiselle. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At 1:58 p.m. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's day? What's everyone's day like? What are your plans for the day? We're at Saturday. I gotta cut the grass. I gotta cut the grass. That's what my plans are. Hopefully I'll be able to read a book and do a barbecue and go for a swim. If hopefully the sun comes out, I'll be going for a swim. Maybe go for a ride into town, get some firewood. But that's what my day's looking like, and I'll probably be wearing some more coconut slutty perfumes. Oh, you know, I found a new coconut, a new one. Yes, the last time I was here, I went into town at the Shoppers, the new Tom Ford Eau de Soleil something. Blanc, Soleil Blanc, Eau de Toilette. Super coconutty, jasmine-y, very floral and fun, citrusy. Oh, that one had tons of citrus. Have fun. You have fun too, Roberta Sotos. Good seeing you. Have a wonderful weekend, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And everyone else, hope you guys have a chill day. Just chill and vibe and kill it. What's your favorite of this quarter century, Uncle? That's a good question, man. There's so many fucking good ones, man. Damn. Wow. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to have to think about this. My absolute number one. Since 2000. There's so many good ones, dude. I don't want to pick just one or five. Well, I mean, there's a ton of Frederick Malls, I would say. I would say there's a ton from Les Exclusives, from Dior, Privé. You know what I mean? Like all my favorite stuff. I would first look at my collection. I would say I love Comet, you know? And that's just in the last year. But going back to 2000, like that's including, you can include leather oud there, you can include what about from Guerlain? I'm trying to think arts and materials. Probably say Bois d'Armani. I don't know, man. Bois d'Argent too. There's so many good ones, dude. I'd have to look at my collection. When did Diaghilev? Somebody said Diaghilev. Yeah, like when did that come out? Diaghilev's really good. I would say Vanille Havane. I would put that in there. Do a stream in this with Pradeep. We could when I get back home. Pradeep, I love the video of your best ones. Yeah, Pradeep did what? Top 35 favorite? Pradeep says, I committed a sin by not including the Mashi. Roberto Greco, come on now. Let me just check my battery here. I got a little bit of battery left. Battery dead. No, we are at 11%. I'll buy us a few minutes. Paco Rabanne one. My phone keeps reminding me that my battery needs to be charged. Paco Rabanne 1 million original is hookup juice for the back seat of a Benz. Man, you're driving the Benz and you're wearing 1 million? No, that doesn't go. You're driving the Benz, you want hookup juice, you want fuck boy juice, then you need Creed's Royal Oud. Paco Rabanne is shit on Royal Oud. You gotta get the Royal Oud. And Taste by Chanel will be great on me, says Roberta. Oh, I agree. I agree with you, Roberta. Dushan says, I'll play chess online off this stream. I know you're gonna go blow dry some meat. Dushan likes to blow dry his meat. He sent me a picture of him up in the mountains of his barbecue and him blow drying the meat. I asked him, like, why are you blow drying the meat? Because he had a blow dry. I wasn't sure what the blow dryer was for. I was like, is he trying to cook the meat with the blow dryer with the hot air? But it looked like he had fun with the blow dryer. Have a lovely Saturday before you abruptly leave. You too. You guys have a lovely Saturday too. I'll try and come back later if I have the time, if I have the space and time. Blow dry or blow torch? It looked like a blow dry. It was a blue. It looked like a blue air thrower. Guys blow drying sausage and pork chops. What happened with Dan Riviera? What happened? Dior Riviera? What is Dan Riviera? Oh yeah. What about Chypre Palatin? That would be in my, that was a 2000s release, or this quarter of the century. Chypre Palatin. What else? What about from Comme des Garçons? Is there anything that you would put in that list? How about L'Artisan? What about Hermescence? Favorite Hermescence right now? Right now, because it's in front of me, I'm going to say Santal Massoya. But Ombre Narguil could also be my favorite Hermescence. Fahrenheit Parfum. Palatin was 2012, so it's so good. It's good. It suits. Oh, Juby, yeah, Juby. Juby for sure too. Fahrenheit Parfum, yes. Dior Rose Star is hopeless. Don't think I'll own any FK Dior. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even imagine. I mean, I thought a la Home, a la Rose a la Home was pretty hopeless too. That was his most recent rose, I think. And a minty rose. I was expecting so much more, to be honest. The Moon? You would put Moon in your top quarterly, yeah? Moon. I don't know. I never really look at oud scents when I'm looking for my favorites. Paddock. Paddock, your favorite? It's not really a Hermescence, though. Are we going to consider it a Hermescence? Oh, you put Gallo. Ooh, that's a good one. Vintage Macassar is so good. Now I want ice cream. You just triggered my ice cream response. What flavors should I get? Pralines and cream. Maybe I'll get praline and cream. Yeah, Paddock is a good one. Paddock is actually really good. That's one of my favorite things I've smelled recently. Like super creative. Coconut ice cream? I would love coconut ice cream if I can find like a good quality coconut ice cream. But the brands I like, they don't make coconut flavor. I like Kawartha Lakes. Kawartha makes really good ice cream up here. How about Violet Valinka? Yes, love it. I love it for its powdery violets. Royal Oud should be in the list. If you're a fuck boy. But I find Royal Oud, it's great. It's more fuck boy than it is poetic and romantic, though. So pick your topic. You got to decide what you want to read or watch or be. What do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? You want to be royal cedar? I love cedar. Fresh cut cedar, sawdusty cedar. And it's such a simple note. It's it's everywhere, right? It's so easy to use, but it smells great. And it's a good contrast. Cedar's an amazing thing to contrast. Kind of very sharp and edgy. Lots of features to cedar. I had to limit to two Les exclusives. 31 and Coromandel. I love 31 Rue. 2. Probably as much as Bois d'Azil, to be honest. And you know what they both have? They both have this balsamic quality to them. Their florals are balsamic. They have this way of balsaming their florals. Even number 22 is super balsamic. It's hyper round. It's like the florals have been caught in this huge bubble of balsam. They have this balsam effect. New York Intense, yes. 31 Rue Cambon for the opera, yes. It's very baroque. That's its inspiration, was baroqueness. Coco's penchant for baroque things. Yeah, New York Intense for sure. Chypre Palatin. How about Timbuktu? Portrait of a Lady. Cardinal Flower, Musk Ravageur. How do you pick two? Fuck. I mean, that's a nightmare and a headache, picking two Frederick Mulls. What do you go? Classic? Do you go modern? So many good ones to choose from. You have Guerlain 68. I do. I have I have both of them. Timbuktu is a wisdom scent. What makes it wise? Dushan. It's a mango scent. There might be coconut in Timbuktu. Timbuktu is very suave. It has a unique feel to it. It's got to be papyrus. I know there's papyrus. Guerlain Bois Mysterio over 68, even though I never smelled 68. I can agree with you immediately on that. Like, immediately I would say yes, Bois Mysterio over 68. Double and triple. Bertroots, what's happening, bro? Good to see you, man. You back, eh? How's your weekend? How's your Saturday? In Germany. You got people from all over the world here. That's awesome. Hope you're enjoying the day. Ordered today the whole sample set of Parfum d'Empire, 23 samples. Sweet. Sweet, yeah, they got some good ones. I remember trying Wasamba. That was a good incense fragrance. Wasamba. Timbuktu reminds me of Miami mango. Yeah, Timbuktu is a bit tropical. That's probably why I'm getting coconut vibes, but there is kind of a tropical thing to it. It's a bit shampoo-y too. Lily says I need to get Parfum d'Empire Discovery set. Such a good deal. Where are you guys getting your Discovery sets? And what is the deal? Bertrude says, chill, I'm with my son. He's sleeping now, and I'm chilling with you in the stream. That's how it was the first time you came on stream that one Christmas. I think you were with your son. He was just like a little thing, right? Christmas morning when you came on stream. I'm pretty sure you had a son when we seen you the first time. Carl says, you're going to fall in love, Lily. Watch out. Isn't that the point, Carl? Isn't that what we're all chasing? Lily says, I'm going to prove you. Well, obviously Lily's not chasing love. I don't know what Lily's chasing. Lily, what are you chasing? Disapproval. Roberta says, my favorite coconut set is Vintage Poison by Dior Eau de Toilette Splash. Coconut and Vintage Poison. Holy smokes. I never even thought to think. Somebody else said Hypnotic Poison has coconut. Hypnotic Poison's a jasmine, isn't it? Licorice. Is there lavender in Hypnotic Poison? Vanilla, heliotrope, almond. else is in hypnotic poison? Some fruity notes. Floral note says, I don't chase. How do you get what you want? How do you get what you want? Dushan says, Pradeep, do a list of top 10 fragrance YouTubers. Pradeep, Parfum de Empire is the current get along. I used to say that about Frederick Mull. Wait, didn't Luca Turin called somebody the current get along? Maybe was it Parfum de Empire? I know Luca Turin referred to some brand as the current get along. Please come to Munich. What's happening in Munich? I would love to. I'll put on the bucket list. But what's happening in Munich? Are you guys having the perfume event? I was invited to a perfume event recently. I'm thinking of going. It's not in Munich though. It's just like a small local thing. Dushan says Munich is beautiful. I've never been. I have a cousin in Germany though. And I have a cousin in Switzerland. It's funny, when we get together, it's like, I've got these two cousins, and we don't all understand each other. Like, we all speak two languages, but none of us, all three of us speak the same language. So like my one cousin, he'll speak Croatian and German. My other cousin speaks German and English, and I speak English and Croatian. So when we speak, it's like I gotta talk to one guy, he's got to translate to the other guy, and it's always like this big three-way thing, you know what I mean? It's pretty funny. Yeah. The things I want aren't attainable. Then want new things. Why would you want something that isn't attainable? I only watch Duck and Eugene, says Pradeep. Well, there's this top 10 list. Top 2 list. Birchroot says Oktoberfest fragrance stores, niche designer stores, beer gardens. Come, Eugene, would be awesome. Well, let's make an event. Oh, in October, eh? I remember going to Oktoberfest here. There's a town in Kitchener. It was a big German town, and we go down there and drink beers and get stupid, eat sausages and shit like that. You go to parties and dances. They'd have halls throwing these huge beer parties. It was a lot of fun. I was much younger. Guerlain is the current Latafa. Ooh, don't say that. Frederick Mull is more cut on a Coty now, seeing he's left. We're at 1%. Guys, have a great day wherever you are. Wherever you are, have a great day. I hope you smell good. But we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Love you all. Ta-ta. Have a great day. Bye-bye. 1%. We are the 1%, guys. Remember that. We are the 1%.